Welcome to Albion TV presents the AO Daily Show, your source of real news in an unreal world, keeping you up to date on the latest news, events, and the great community of Albion Online. Today is Tuesday, the 3rd of September, and I am your host, Shozen. And with me today is my co-host, Bogul. How are you doing, Bogul?
Good morning, good morning. I am doing all right. How are you?
I'm doing very well. I had an interesting weekend, to say the least. I'm glad that it's over and that I'm home and no longer doing this camping thing that I'm dragged out to every few weeks during the summer. Back in front of my computer where I'm supposed to be, the warm glare of these screens is the only tan that I want. And I tell you, with these things turned up to 120 hertz, I feel like I'm getting a bit of a tan, Bogle. I feel like I'm getting one. Can you see it on me, guys? Oh, dude. No.
Well, we have a show for you today. Yesterday we had to skip a day. As you just heard, Shozen was on a little bit of a family vacation, a very needed and I hope very relaxing a few days.
It was good.
And okay.
I did have a good time. It was well worth the time off. I did miss you folks very much, but I did get to hang out with you guys on Saturday for Invasion Day. And that EU invasion once again paid off, as it does so often. Fighting from beginning to end, just fantastic, just amazing. And the only thing that could make me feel bad about what we saw during the EU invasion was the NA invasion.
Okay.
Oh boy, was that a snooze fest. Let me tell you, I feel like we spent the entire NA invasion just going from zone to zone going, is anybody here yet? Anybody showing up? Nope, there's just 150 people here, just kind of hanging out. They just chased out 50 people out of the zone. Okay, let's go to the next zone. What do we got here? Oh, it looks like there's 150 people here standing in a circle. Yeah, they're playing patty cake right now. I just heard, officially, they just played a round of Duck, Duck, Goose. It was amazing. But, yeah,
Oh my God.
EU was good. EU was a fantastic
Maybe the
event.
Americans all went to camping already.
Yeah, maybe they joined me at camping. Oh, oof.
That would be weird. Have Albion camping or something.
Yeah.
But yes, we do have a few official reminders, PSAs, that we need to get out of the way before we start to with the meat of the show and talk about that great invasion day that happened over the weekend. We should tell you that the new seasonal rewards, as they are called, are out. Not only the Adventurous Challenge, but also the Refer a Friend Challenge have started. You do have the Heretic Challenge for September, where if you complete it, you can get that nice mount skin of the Heretic card.
Ooh.
Not to mention, for the referral season this time around, we do have the
A horse.
I think it's called the Jousting Horse.
The Jousting Horse. Yeah, it's the first horse that you
Skin
can put
with
your
guild,
guild skins. They have the armored horse already, apparently, but now you have a normal horse that you can put your guild logo on. Which I guess there are some people out there who are very proud of their guild, and they would like this. So it's not.
Yeah, but is it worth a 40 million price tag or a 30-something million price tag?
But let's be real here. The only thing that's worth that much is the Heretic cart, because I was gonna do anything for that. I am so happy that it's all right. I put this in the notes, and I'm gonna say it right now. So why the new seasonal rewards are here? Wait, these are new season 7 rewards? No, it's the monthly Adventurers Challenge reward. Can we get some naming consistency going on in this game, Bogle? Can we do something, anything at all, to get the names in the same room as each other? So the seasons are 3 months long. We get 3 seasonal rewards during that 3 months. Can we call this the Wandering Season reward? Is this a Wandering Season reward, Bogle? Because it wanders throughout the season. We get 3 of them. I'm just the naming conventions.
No, maybe sometime in the future. That's on the backlog.
I'm gonna write a suggestion. I'm gonna post something in the suggestion thread that says, can we call these monthly rewards instead of seasonal, or I don't know. Like,
By the way, I have a question for chat. I mean, we usually don't do that, but are the castle and castle outpost scoring times working?
Ooh, yeah, that's a good thing to know. I can move to that. See, I don't want Bogul. I gotta say, I am so excited for this cart. I really am. It's it's purely cosmetic for me, as I'm just gonna use it for walking around town. I might even just use it for my GM. I might give it to my GM, like, and ride around on a slave cart as a GM in the GM cart. Just
So
Smokey, I disagree with you. It's not a ripoff. It's the best cosmetic we could get. If I could have one maybe pulling with a duck, like a slave duck, maybe that would be better for you, Smokey. But kind of just really want this one. I already have a slave cart, but it's not a heretic slave cart. And this one is...
Have you seen the suggestion where Reddit was like, hey, can you please replace this with a rat? That was kind of funny. I like that suggestion too.
I'm okay with that. We do need to get a rat mount. Can we have an official thread to get a rat mount in the game? I would even be okay with it if it was like a rat.
Me off with the castle and castle outposts. Also, chat hasn't responded to me yet.
But if it was like a rat with like a crown on it, I'm just thinking.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. And Fun Stealer, here's the problem with my my cart from launch. I don't know where I left it.
Did you check your mail?
Oh, yeah, I've checked my mail. I have 5 cities that it could be in and 17 different accounts. Yeah, it could be somewhere. It's somewhere. I know it's around here somewhere. I'll find it. But we have this updated again. This is like final update on the updated castle and outpost scoring timers, right? Kind of like
I was just curious if chat did any of these yet and if they can confirm that it actually works. Because last time we went all on this show and we're like, guys, the new castles are different now. They have this new scoring time at 1 UTC and 20 UTC. Guys. And then some dude the next day was like,
didn't happen.
No.
And they said that they were going to move it to Sunday, right?
What?
They said it was gonna move to Sunday, and then they said it would move to Monday because it would come out with a new patch. And then they said it wasn't coming out with a new patch; it was moving to the day after invasion. And then they were like, "Okay, it's not moving to the day after invasion. Now it's moving to the day after invasion."
But now it should work, right?
Yeah.
All right. Let's just hope it does. Okay. Other PSA news things. The invasion stream, as Shozen already mentioned, happened this weekend, specifically on Saturday and Sunday morning. If you guys want to watch these back, the EU and NA streams both have the VODs up on Twitch. I will post them right now. Check these out. But if you want to go back and take a look at these, then you can watch Shozen and Lupak cast these. I think they're even wearing suits. So
yeah, the EU was pretty good. I will say the EU was good. The NA Lupak was tired. There were a lot of players who were tired. Everybody showed up. Okay. I will say everybody showed up. The NA did not have like a lack of players, unless you were Ego. Ego might have lacked a few players because they did go to Torthor's Island at one point before NA Invasion started. He had 26 people on the island. That's not
all of Ego.
Or
is that just Ironborn?
That was like just checking out on Ironborn. You know, just
it's probably just Ironborn.
It was 26. It was just a few. Well, I mean, they should do better than that. I'm just saying. Sorry, Ironborn. Sorry,
there's another thing that happened on the weekend.
Yeah,
and I wanted to ask you about it. Here it says they're from Elsa from Saturday. As you know, our servers were offline as of 12:30 UTC due to a network outage in a major data center, which affected a large number of online services. The timing of this incident is particularly unfortunate for us as it coincided with Invasion Day. The good news is we are now back online as of 16:15 UTC. Did you worry about that at all?
I was a little worried about it because when I did wake up in the morning, there was no game, and
Oh
I was
no.
like, "Oh, this isn't the way it's supposed to be." And then almost immediately, I got a message saying that it would be back up. But I did find out, Bogle, this is what really upset me about this whole situation. Did you know they had a barbecue without us?
Oh no. In
Yeah.
Berlin?
Yeah, in Berlin. They had a barbecue without us. This is the second time they've barbecued without me here. And I'm getting a little concerned now. I'm starting to think, I don't think they're going to invite me to any of these barbecues.
Maybe they might send you another T-shirt or some sausages, some German sausages.
You know what? A
all-
T-shirt
all-
might
all the
make
way?
up for. A T-shirt might make up for the lack of barbecued goodies. I don't know what German barbecue is like. This is why I want to go to one of the SBI barbecues, because I'm just like, what do you guys barbecue? What do Germans barbecue?
German barbecue, the biggest thing about German barbecues is the German sausages, of course,
Hot dogs.
without the bun and a lot of mustard.
Yeah,
But
adults
and
put
like
mustard on
potato
their hot dogs. Only
salad,
children put ketchup on
noodle
their hot dogs.
salad. It's of course there's other meats, but I don't think we should be talking about German barbecue.
Okay. Well, I'm a little upset. Like, you know why I'm talking about the German barbecue? Because we weren't invited again. I was told years ago
Mm-hmm.
by
you'll be invited to the
that I
next
would be
barbecue?
invited to the next one, and then no.
Huh. Well, another reason to
All right.
follow Robin on Twitter. If
Well,
you want some
I do
inside
follow
news.
Robin on Twitter, and now all I know about
I mean,
is all
everybody
that.
else.
Well, they should all follow him on Twitter, and they should follow me too on Twitter. T Shozen one, because for some reason I didn't finish spelling the word the. So T Shozen one on Twitter is my handle. You can follow me. It's good stuff. But Bogle, we were supposed to be talking about Invasion Day, weren't we? Not how I didn't get barbecue chicken or barbecue bratwurst or whatever German sausages you have today. What would you like to know?
Well, you were
I was there.
live
I was
with
I
the
was
great
live.
Yeah, so
I was the great Shozen, yes.
I couldn't make it. I have to say that. So I'm hoping you can tell me and the audience a little bit about it. How
Well, again,
you know,
we can start out
went.
with, it was an absolutely, the EU one was absolutely fantastic. We went from fight to fight all over the map, whether it was, content from Squad, which we saw a few times. We saw a lot of June was fighting. We saw some sauce going down everywhere. It was interesting. No matter where we went in EU, we had content. We had people taking down mammoths. We had a 45-minute long fight we could not leave because it just kept going and going and going, and more people just kept pouring in. We had a lot of great stuff on the EU. NA, like I said, not as exciting. And I don't want to show the map right now, because if you are a person who's actually, watching right now on stream, you can see that we're watching a castle fight in Charhide Steppe, as it looks like the guys in Phono 1?
Anglia Gang, yeah.
Anglia Gang. This is Zorn and Dutch Squad and Broke Boys. Broke Boys now leaving Mount, their own alliance, to go join Lugsy's alliance. Interesting. I like it. If you're... Oh, is that Ezok in there too in Zorn? What? Zorn is growing, guys. Zorn's going to become a new powerhouse. Look at these guys they got over here. But, all right, we'll come back and look at these guys in a second.
Tell me a little bit about the guilds you saw, or any particular outstanding guilds that you did not see.
We did not see Blue Army show up to Mercia yet again. And Mercia once again went pretty much uncontested to Oops. Now if you're looking at the map right now, you'll see a couple of things that aren't Oops, but those are castles that went to somebody else during the castle siege period. Those are not towers. If you look at the towers, almost everything is Oops. Yes, 1PG has a tower. Congratulations.
I mean,
Shelty.
one PG and Shelty, they still do have their old home territories and like one or two towers around that.
Yeah, that's all they have. Like that's they only
Mm.
like Shelty has two, I believe. I believe these are both Shelty. Let me go ahead and look at the guilds. Yes,
Yeah,
these
yeah.
two Razorback and Taproot are both Shelty. Well done. And Putrescent, which I should probably get into. I might have to go make a deal with 1PG for a little while and get my stuff out of there. It'll also give me an opportunity to go steal some Sorab's cloth. Yeah. But yeah, most of it, very, very quickly, mostly uncontested, went to Oops yet again. Because nobody
Hmm.
wants to go in and fight them for it because they... Now, do you think it's because they worry about fighting Oops in a ZVZ? Or do you think that it's more because they don't want to stick around the next week while all their territories are taken from them in GVGs, which most
Hmm.
alliances cannot handle? Like, yes, you could see maybe June doing it, but June doesn't have like a real foothold in here. The Daddy Alliance doesn't have a foothold. They would have to get like a home plot first before they could really significantly push out and actually do any significant work here. You see, they've already been doing some ZVZ work in that they have the Heart of the Forest Castle
Hmm.
and the
Hmm.
Razorback Glen Castle. And I wonder, if they had a foothold, would they be able to push on Oops? Maybe, perhaps.
Would they want to? Do they even care?
I don't
I mean,
know.
it's
Like right now, what I see them fighting against, and this is kind of sad and kind of, I don't know, it's not what I want to see, is that both Oops and Daddy, both Oops and Daddy, are fighting Arch. And I
what?
got that. I got this
Oh
from
my god,
Gluttony. Gluttony was like, "Yeah, Oops has been
they're
fighting."
teaming up.
Well, I don't know if it's so much teaming up as they're two different sides of
I
the
mean, if you can make
front,
your
two different
opponent
fronts.
busy on one
Yeah,
front and then take the other, that's maybe opportunistic, but interesting. Okay. I mean, but it looks like Arch got their area back, increased their home territory size.
they did. Well, during the invasion they did, but they had they
Already started using.
yeah,
Oh.
they've already had some assaults. They had two waves go through into Torrid last night from Money Guild.
Hmm.
They lost two towers to Money Guild as well. It's going to be interesting to see how long they last if what Money Guild wants to do, and this is the rumor that I've heard, Money Guild and Oops want to take over the world. They want to
Well, why
own
not?
the world for the season. Now, I think
Wow.
that's a great goal. I would, if they did it, I would be impressed. I'm already impressed with what they've did. To be quite honest, they have once again, almost two continents worth of territory here. Almost, not quite.
Hmm.
Almost two continents worth of territory. If you take their stuff in
I
Cumbria,
mean, the last
Glauvia.
month or so must have been awesome for Money Guild in terms of recruiting. If you're the number one guild in terms of rankings, then
Mm-hmm.
it's always easier to recruit good or more people. I saw when I was clicking around in the Oops Alliance, I not only saw Team Casualty being together with Take Care in Oops, I also saw that Money Guild has Money Guild 2 and a bunch of more
Yep.
people being in there. And
And we
it's
saw Money Guild 2 show up on Invasion Day. Like that's like it's not
wow.
just a straight alt guild in that it's just people, holding their alts there. It's enough alts in there that people are showing up on Invasion Day on their Money
Hmm.
Guild 2 characters.
I mean, Tea Party is up to 250. Take Care and Oops has, still 300.
Wow, that's
Uh,
not good timing. I just made fun of Tea Party really hard this past weekend.
Oops is a surprise again, but it's you had a point that you wanted to discuss there in regards to taking over the world and whether or not other people could and even want to challenge them. And I think we sort of stopped in the middle of that discussion,
Yeah,
and I was wondering if you had
because
any other
it's
points there.
well, I don't know how much of a point we can make on this because we look at it and GVG wise right now, it's very hard to make any significant hay against Money Guild. And if you were to
Mhm.
like go in Mercia wise, you look at how many days do I have left before they can push me out. Now we have seen June, we have seen Conflict, we've seen 1PG, we've seen these teams fight back and win against Money
Mhm.
Guild.
Mm.
But the thing is that nobody has made the commitment to go, you know what? I'm going to go through the slog, the go in and just fight back and forth, back and forth, back and forth every day with these guys like they are willing to do. Because Money Guild has the willingness to fight 13 weeks in a row and lose every match.
Wow.
That's how dedicated they are. Like, they banged their head against Familia for 13 weeks in a row.
But that's a while back.
Yeah, but I still believe Derek has that willingness to butt heads, and his willingness to sacrifice more than what somebody else is willing to sacrifice. And he has done it time and time again, shown himself to be a formidable leader. And even if he doesn't have the top team at the like an undefeatable team, right? It's not undefeatable right now, but it is one of the top 3 teams in the game. And if you fight against him today, he's going to fight against you tomorrow, the next day, the day after that, the day after that, the day after that, and the day after that. And he's going to hit every one of the time slots where you might be like, yeah, I'm willing to do 2 time slots. I can be here for 6 hours. He's going to be here for 18. And he might even just take cat naps to make sure that he's here for full 24. He'll do whatever it takes. And that's a level of dedication that other guilds and alliances just don't have right now. Like, you're not seeing like BA have any interest in doing that right now. They've basically taken the season off. And like, I've done everything I can. I've poked and I've prodded, I've made fun of, I've tormented, I've offered greater rewards. I've done everything I can to BA to get them to come back. And they're like, nah, man, we got plans. We got long-term plans. We don't want to get burnt out right now. We're just taking a chill. We're going to relax. We're going to let Money Guild grind out as hard as it can for that 3rd gem. And then when they're tired and they're weak, then we're going to come in and roll them. And I'm like, but do you remember TC in Season 2? And I haven't gotten an answer for that. If you guys don't remember TC in Season 2, TC in Season 2 started out to an incredible lead. They took the first month by storm. They had more points than anybody. They were dominating it. And they decided to take a month off and come back during double points. And they were going to redouble their efforts and take it hard by like just going strong in the 3rd phase. They didn't win, Bogul. That was the beginning of the fall of the 2nd fall, maybe the 3rd form of TC. Oh, what was it? Exertion? Oops. Sorry, Funstealer, you're right. It was exertion. He's totally... Damn it.
I'm curious about the current map and the current situation.
No, it was TC.
So what other guys did you see? Because the map is bigger than just Mercia. There's more things happening than just in Mercia. We talked about Arch. I kind of want to ask you specifically about the areas around Siluria and the east of Glauvia, because it looks like June just took everything there.
Yeah, they did.
And Sauce kept most of Glauvia. While I see some squad around here in where is it? The north of Anglia, but it seems to be more or less fairly similar to what we saw.
If anything, it almost seems like it's a more secure version of what we saw before. Like, I feel like Daddy did more. Like, they did more than what we were expecting them to do. I actually didn't think that Daddy would do as well as it did. To be, I thought they were going to do very little on Invasion Day and then work their way through afterwards. But they have spent the last portion of, the last 2 weeks or so really growing and have done a very good job. Yeah, they did a fantastic job. The Bed Bunk gang, or bed bunk monsters. I don't even what are these guys? The sauce, if you will. Freaking jeez, bed bunk bed bunk bed. I don't know. They're sauce. They are
gang. Yeah.
They
are you trying to get me to say that name?
Shozen. The bed butt bunk. I don't know what you called it.
These guys. Yes.
Yeah. No. I just miss it when they were gang banglia.
Yeah. I mean, it seems to me when I listen to you talk tonight about this reset day that it was a little bit, maybe except for EU, but it was a little bit on the quieter side this time around. Is that something you could say?
It would be more. I don't want to say it was quieter because like the EU was incredibly active. Like there was a lot of people were running into each other and fighting. People were fighting outnumbered. People were fighting continuous fights in areas that weren't the Royals. Like we often see a fight in the Royals that goes on for like an hour. It just, people will come in and they'll keep coming and keep coming and keep coming and keep coming and keep coming. We saw that in Anglia. We saw a fight in Anglia that lasted like that. It was great. We saw a lot of fights constantly during the EU portion. The NA, it was incredibly hard to find action. Now, I knew that fights were going on because I kept getting PMs afterwards. Hey, I took down a mammoth, or, we just had a really good fight here. Did you check it out? Did you see our fight? And I'm like, tell me while it's happening or before it's happening. Don't tell me after it's happening. I don't have a rewind feature.
I was looking at the largest battles from last week, and the largest one I could find for Saturday was around 838, it says, players killed, with a total fame of 197 million, where I think Median BR, together with Conflict, beat up on Dawn and Sauce Alliance. And that is, contrary to what I was wondering about, pretty big. I feel like that's... And then the other next one that I saw was still like 400 players and 163 million. And as you said, I also saw that they last more than an hour. And this is great stuff. I wish we had some videos of that, and I'm sure some of these will come out over the next days. And I'm just a little disappointed that we didn't see as much territory change hands, because I felt like I was going to be excited about all like different colors in the map.
This is kind of one of those things that we talk about when we talk about like the new map, and we talk about alliances, and we talk about the functions of changing the way that things are done on a greater scale than just getting rid of alliances or just putting in a new map or just making it. You have to have many different layers in place in order to change this situation, because what we're seeing is the large armies aren't close to each other, and they don't have the same goal. And when you have large armies that are spread across by distance and don't have the same goal, you get situations where, like, Oops just gets free territory. They just free real estate over and over and over again. Free real estate, free real estate, free real estate. Because the only groups that could challenge them do not see a point in doing so, because the rewards do not...
You're just saying they can just go to different continents and be the king there?
Get the same reward somewhere else. They don't need to go over there to get the same reward. Like right now, the reward isn't based off of what you hold in the location of the world. It's just what you hold, period. Like if you hold a bunch, that's the reward in and of itself right now. It's not where you own it. What I'm hoping we see in the next map is that it's more... It's easier to flow towards the center. That if you have your hideout, it makes more sense for you to move towards the center and get more, focus your efforts on the center of the map rather than just try to get a large section of the outer ring of the map. because of the way that time zones work, the way that the values of the territories work, and the ability to move your plots. I'm hoping that all those work together to get the big teams to actually fight each other instead of just avoiding each other. I'm hoping that the combination of, the smart cluster queue and having territories that actually have true value in them, then we will see like people actually fighting over them. And I was talking about, how when somebody loses a territory now, it really matters very little. Like, you lose resource tower, big deal, right? Like, okay,
Right.
I lost a farm, like just a place where I'm farming some resources. It's not a big deal. But in 6 months, say you lose that resource tower, that could be your home plot too. That could, in theory, be your home plot that just became under siege. It could be the home plot of 7 other guilds inside your alliance that just got sieged. And so, yes, that one group may have been able to bring 150 people to come and take it on a Tuesday from you. And you're like, oh my God, they took our tower on Tuesday. But Tuesday night, you know that everybody on that Discord for that zone is getting together and going, okay, tomorrow on prime time, you all got to be here. Nobody's, going to the gym. Nobody is watching Judge Judy. Nobody is doing their hair. Everybody is coming to this CTA, and we're bringing every able-bodied dude we can to defend this tower. We're taking this tower back because we're not losing a second shield on our hideouts today. We're not doing it. We're bringing everybody to that tower. And that kind of fight, I look at the numbers we draw on Invasion Day. I look at the numbers we draw for Carleone. And I say that kind of fight right there, that ZVZ for that day, that's the kind of thing that will drive people to participate. People will want to see that. People will want to become part of that on both sides of that fight. Because it won't just be a single home plot that suddenly becomes up for grabs. That's 7, maybe that 15 home plots. Who knows how many home plots can be in a damn zone? But something valuable
I
can be
can't
on the
wait.
line.
No,
And
when you start talking about it, I get all like, ooh.
you get that tingly feeling. You get that.
Can we do this tomorrow, please?
Yeah, I need to get that. I need to get Whoopi Goldberg as a hyena doing that ooh from The Lion King, so I can just play that on soundboard every time I think about the giant battles that are going to occur for these towers in the future and how things change. But we're going to get out of here because it's that time. We're going to go and start answering your questions. We'll be back in about 2 minutes with the Albion overtime. But I don't know what we're calling that part of the show. I think we just call it overtime. But you can check out the AO Daily Show, right, Bogul? You can check that out Monday through Friday at 18 UTC, right here on twitch.tv/Albion Online. And this week, believe it or not, I will have it back on SoundCloud. Yes, last week we're not on SoundCloud. There were some technical issues. I rebuilt the computer and I didn't have the stuff available. But yeah, tonight everything's going up. And when we come back from this short break, I think we're going to have to talk about gold prices a little bit, Bogul.
Ooh, all right.
All right.
Let's do it.
All right. Thank you guys for watching. And until next time, stay classy, Albion.
Introducing Season 7. Contribute to season points for your guild in new ways by completing guild challenge tasks. Assemble your guildmates to conquer all new castle outposts in the open world. Defeat your rivals to claim valuable loot. Bring your guild one step closer to victory. And immortalize yourself and your guild in Conqueror's Hall. Do you have what it takes? Introducing Season 7. Contribute to season points for your guild in new ways by completing guild challenge tasks. Assemble your guildmates to conquer all new castle outposts in the open world. Defeat your rivals to claim valuable loot. Bring your guild